Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly Fate Weaver today, because today we had our regular scheduled session of The Witcher for today, but unfortunately we had a bunch of people who were either out of town or unavailable or sick. So what we did instead is decide to return to a new channel favorite, introduce two new Blackbirds to the flock. Blackbirds, of course, being the incredible Gothic Fantasy RPG written by Ryan Vernier and powered by Zweihander, the Zweihander system. We'll be continuing to walk the war road with our heroes we had met in previous sessions. Yes, very nice. We have all the generous donors on our Patreon and anyone who buys stuff from our Redbubble shop and the people who put up with our ads on our channels to thank. Every one of our players has a copy of the Blackbirds core rulebook now. And I have learned to sign up for Amazon Prime in about 6 countries now, so it is pretty good. But with me tonight are the stars of tonight's session, or today's session. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing today? First up is James.
Hi, I'm James, and I'm playing Adelaisa Lavote, a duelist, I'll say.
Yep. She is someone who walks the path of bow and blade for now. Next up is Dave.
Hey everybody, I am Dave. I am playing Gita of Ban, and she is a bow and blade warrior who is also the slayer of night spiders.
Nice, yeah, the mother of night has died. And last but certainly not least is Ingolf.
Yeah, hi, I'm Ingolf. I'm playing Fericus Kazal, who is specialized in shadow and subterfuge.
Nice. All right. So where we're going to be picking up, guys, we did, for those listening at home, we did start a little bit late today just because we were dealing with a little bit of background information for the two new players, and then just dealing with some mechanical stuff to explain how the game differs a little bit. Both James and Ingolf are veterans of the Revolutionary War in the American Gothic horror game Flames of Freedom, but Blackbirds has a lot of similarities too, but there's a couple of differences in this one, so we wanted to talk about that. Where our session starts, guys, is with a bit of a dream. Gita, I'd like you to tell us a little bit about what you remember of your childhood home. You may remember, this would be your bedroom in particular.
Well, it was big. Much bigger than the tower we just slept in the night before.
Yeah.
And the walls were hewed stone, nicely finished, intricate carvings along the pillars around the doors, and she had a big bed. It was like wood posts in 4 corners and fabric of, she's not even sure, silk perhaps. Mm-hmm. It's been so long. Draped over the edges, and she would wake in the morning when her nursemaid would come in and open the curtains, heavy fabric, and blocked out all the sun. She would always get a great sleep.
So
and,
one of the things that you used to wake to was the sound of songbirds in the small orchard that was outside of your family home. But what awakes you this morning, it seems, is a crowing of a different kind of bird, a cawing of a raven, or perhaps a crow. And you awaken, and it's strange to put yourself back in the size and the perspective you have as a child. Your room feels so much bigger than what it would as an adult. And the room seems as if it is the same as before. You can see that through the closed, or it was when you were a child, through the closed drapes, there is light diffusing in. The sound of those cawing birds outside has awoken you. And for some strange reason, your nursemaid has not opened the drapes yet. You're alone in the room. Your door is closed, and why don't you give us an awareness check at plus 20, please?
Very strange that she hasn't opened it.
It looks like you're at the way that you get out of your room and into the sort of central area is through there's a little bit of a like a nook that leads into the door, and so it casts a little bit of shadow, not like dark, but enough to make a noticeable difference when there is light. And it looks like there is flickering light coming from underneath the door, almost as if flames were licking at the door on the outside. You don't smell anything.
Strangely, it almost seems familiar, but she's still, I guess, curious, trying to figure out what's going on, because this isn't normal. So, I guess she'll get up and go to the door.
Okay. So it's got a handle, and as you get closer, you can see it's underneath there, and you can't quite see them coming under, but you expect to see little tendrils of flame coming underneath the door at any given moment.
I think she'll open the door and just kind of crack it open and take a look.
Sure. You touch the door handle, and it's hot to the touch. You'll have to grab something, or perhaps like wrap up your bed, your bedding, or whatever you call it, like your bed dress, and then pull it.
Yeah, her nightgown, night clothes.
Okay.
She'll wrap up some fabric and try to move that.
And again, like you're cognizant of the fact that you're reaching up towards this door. You've got the perspective of a child once again, and as you grab onto this thing, you turn and you pull it open, and as soon as you do, what you find is the winding staircase that would lead to either elsewhere in the keep or further down into your family home. The entire thing is scorched, and it looks as if it has lain empty for perhaps even as long as a decade. It's cold and empty and wet.
But there's no fire.
No fire at all. If you look back at your room, you can see your room is likewise now.
I think she'd reached for her spear, which is against the wall, and realized that it's not there, and instead there's just like her raincoat on a hook, and she just turns away and tries to head into the stairwell.
Is there any childhood? Is there any like memento or something like that you would pick up before you go?
I'm guessing she's around 11 in this dream.
Yep.
I'm as player. So she looks at her bed, and there's like a memento from when she was even younger, but it doesn't leave the bedroom. She's tempted to go back and get this like doll. It's kind of really aged a lot badly, but I think she's going to leave it there. She's kind of like partly torn on this.
Okay.
Because she shouldn't be a girl. She shouldn't be 11. She's not 11 anymore.
Okay. So you turn and begin making your way through your family home. You can picture you passing the room of your brothers. They are likewise burned out. There is obvious the sign of violence that occurred very long ago. Until you get down into what would be the main hall, the audience hall, where both your family feasted with its vassal families, and where your father would pass judgment over those who are sworn to him. It likewise is empty. Chairs are shattered, turned over. There's detritus across the table. There's evidence in here of how wild animals have come to roost in this abandoned area. But dressed as if not a single day had passed, and facing the throne or his chair, is your father. His finest silks, his finest furs turned away. And he is looking at the chair. Not quite there. It is empty. But you, like many kids, you can recognize the silhouette of your father.
I think she wants to run up to him, but she's kind of frozen because, like, everything's old. Everything's, like, she knows what's happened. But yet he's standing there, and she wants to ask him about what happened.
Okay.
So I think she'll move forward. She'll move forward anyways.
Sure. At a walk, at a run, at... She
only runs forward with her shield and her spear, so she'll move slowly, cautiously, because this is very strange.
So when you get to within about 6 strides of him, it seems as if he is hurt, and he stops, his head cocks to the side, and he turns. And as if not a single day had passed, it's your father. Clean shaven, the way he always is when he holds court, and his smile beams when he sees you. What's his nickname for you? Not your proper name, but his nickname.
Trouble.
Trouble. There's my trouble, he says. And would you give us an awareness check once again? Plus 20.
This shit is wrong. Oh.
You could spend a fortune point.
Way too excited about him to... fortune points. Oh, we had such a good time last night. Sure.
Okay, you got it.
So we're giving Kev fortune points. So
getting those misfortunes. There you go. So there is something distinctly, as a child, it may be more difficult to read the deeper emotions of the adults that you're dealing with. But you can tell there is something sinister and disquieting about his grin. It would maybe more of a grimace. There are bits at the edges of his mouth that seem strained and pulled.
I think she'd freeze and she'd ask him what's wrong. What's wrong, Father?
He looks at you quizzically and says, "What makes you think anything is wrong, my dear?" And he starts taking a step towards you, and as he does, almost like wax exposed to heat, his face begins to melt away. The features all blend into one another, and to the point where when he gets to within a stride of you, everything is gone. You cannot see his face or his eyes or his mouth, and it's all dripping down. You feel it's almost going to get you, and then you wake. And would you give us a resolve check, please? This will just be a flat one.
Just give me a second. Resolve. All right, resolve.
Yeah.
We've got lots of resolve. Yeah, fine. Have you on this? No.
This will be, no modifiers, so standard. You know, fortune point that, or?
I have a feeling this is important, so I'm going to fortune point it.
Okay.
Player metagaming, like, come on, post-stream nightmare thing. Come on, you got to do something better than that.
Would you give us a 2d10 plus 2 roll, please? This is how much peril you suffer upon waking.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! He is like...
How does that compare to your...
Oh, this is not good. This is not good. Scrolling. Okay, not bad. Peril threshold.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, man.
Okay, so you were short. Some of you guys may have injuries. All those are healed right now. So your damage condition should be at 0. So you would be 1, 2, 3. You'd be down at ignore 2 skill ranks. So this was a very troubling. And then where you wake up is in a small room with some bedrolls thrown down. It's warm, it's very comfortable, but as you cry out, your two companions are suddenly startled. And Adelaza and Farracus, what I need from you guys is, would you kindly each give us a toughness check at +10? Both of you may have indulged a little heavily in the drink last night.
Can't imagine that.
Nice. Okay.
Marcus can handle his liquor.
So it'll prompt you probably for a modifier there as well, Adelaza.
Sorry, I'm struggling with finding toughness. Here we go.
Yeah, it's under brawn. Sorry.
Sorry, toughness and
+10.
+10. Good. Oof,
So each of you give us a 1d10 plus 10, 1d10 plus 1 roll, and compare that to your peril threshold. It was a big night last night.
What did we do exactly?
Nothing that's going to stay with you. A little bit of a headache as you wake up. And Farracus, because you are a Nephilim, as you wake up, you can hear almost as if it's drifting away. Something was whispering to you in your sleep. Would you kindly add 1 to your top bar there? That is your tithe. The outsider who your ancient ancestor pacted with, he is beginning to once again call in some demands. It isn't on the character sheet, it's just on your token. I've got a red bar that goes up to 30. If the tithe gets to 10, it goes up 1 every day. Gets to 10.
It was at 1 yesterday.
What's that?
It was at 1 yesterday.
It was at 1 yesterday, but Ingolf's playing him for the first time. Everyone gets to start at 0 once again.
Sounds good. I was curious. If this was a character that we were playing, like through the Blackbirds of Yule, perhaps, that would just continue on?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you both, Adelaza and Farracus, you have been startled awake by Gita. Gita has had a nightmare. Does this strike you as something that is... you know that each of you has been brought together by some kind of strange dreams, but I don't think that you shared in... You've seen that Gita has had at times in the half month or so that you guys have traveled together. Actually, Dave, you tell me, do you think this is the first nightmare you've had since traveling with them?
I think it's probably the most significant nightmare she's had. She's maybe had 1 or 2 minor ones that she's been able to kind of whimper through and keep under wraps, but this is the first time she's kind of lost it.
Okay. So that startles both Farracus and Adelaza then. Where you guys are, to give context, you're trying to remember, see through the haze of liquor. You are in the village of Norham. And Norham is it is a village in the Brindamere Vale, which is sort of a waypoint. Let me bring you over to... Go. This is... Go. That down, and then objects and tokens. Here we go. All right. I have you guys over here? I do. About 2 days ago, you guys were traveling to cut through the Brindamere Vale. It was a way of avoiding some of the many armies. Adelaza and Farracus, you are deserters from an army from several weeks back. There, as is unfortunately the case in Elkland, there are constant conflicts between, former allies and whatnot. There's no shortage of people, warlords and petty potentates who will want to throw armies against one another. You happen to be in the hire of one, and you wisely decided to make your escape. What you've been operating under for the last couple of weeks is a plan by Farracus. Farracus has a plan to get you to a city called Culbadine. Once you get to Culwadine, Farrakis has an idea. He knows a guy there. He can get you some. We can get some money. We can get someone to work with us. Money in Blackbirds is generally abstracted. You have access to something called spoils, which is kind of like Conan 2D20, where it's just like handfuls of gold, and you can use that to purchase items at the patronage level. But for the most part, you're going to want to find someone who can be your patron, who will pay for things. While I'm thinking of it too, not to set any tone, why don't you each click on your token and click on initiative. Let's set the initiative ladder in case we need it. There we go. Initiative is on the combat. Oh, you guys would know if we went through this with Flames of Freedom. 14, 14, 14, and 14. Well done, guys.
Yeah.
That is teamwork in action. So,
we will sit at a round table for lunch.
Yeah. Why don't you guys, Gita, why don't you tell where this will be picking up is about a little more than a day after you faced the Night Mother. So what happened after you guys got into the Brindamere Vale?
So we found a tower that was occupied by an individual camping out from the rain, and we joined him in the tower, which is kind of on the left there. And he had talked about, he told us a story that Farrakis had recognized about some really dangerous person who had some magical blade, and that blade would help him find riches and become powerful or something. And so in the night we were attacked by spiders, and we decided to hunt, or at the end of the fight, after we killed these like 6 or 8 spiders that had attacked us, night spiders, Farrakis had noticed a mother spider outside that was like the size of a wagon, which kind of scared the hell out of all of us, because spiders just continue to grow until they're slain. So this one had been around for quite some time. But we decided to do a good deed and put the spider down because we didn't want it roaming and attacking other travelers. And when we found the cave of the spider, we hadn't quite found the spider yet. The NPC, I can't remember his name,
Thurlow Heap.
Thurlow Heap. Farrakis noticed something using his odd sight, something strange about the dagger that he was wielding, that it looked like was it a demon cap? Or
yeah, it was like some kind of horrific outsider coiling and writhing in his hand in the odd.
So it was just pretending to be a dagger. And he got attacked by the spider and went down in a heap. And then we fought valiantly, killed the Night Mother giant spider, and Farrakis was really interested in, looked like one of the mandibles, or
so
almost
sticking out of the thorax of that thing. The blade that Thurlow Heap told you about was the blade of Salvestro Barbato, and what it was said to do is whisper who to kill so as to gain riches.
What? Yeah, that's right.
And then he had that blade was identical to the one that Thurlow Heap carried. It looked like the same type of blade. After Thurlow Heap died, what you found, Farrakis, was it looked like some kind of oversized combination of snake and centipede that went skittering off deeper in the mine, but you never found what it was. What you did find, however, was the blade of Salvestro Barbato stuck into the Night Mother and recovered it. You can see on your character sheet you have a dagger that is the blade of Salvestro Barbato. And you know, you've not acted on it yet, but you know who to kill in this town so as to gain riches.
But he didn't tell us that.
Nope, that is only known to Farrakis.
Yeah.
And it's not that it whispers to him in the same way that the outsider who whispers to you is. It strictly is that you know deep down on a fundamental level who you need to murder in order to gain riches.
Yeah,
You need not listen to it, but...
Yeah,
but who is that? I just that me as a player knows.
You as a player, so there is a man in town who is an older guy who you just know that if you murder him, you will gain money. You will gain riches.
Yeah, okay.
The legend you've heard is that Silvestro Barbato, he was a contemporary. This isn't like an ancient myth. This is a contemporary who fought during the War of Empty Thrones, and he killed his way across Erebos, gaining riches and progressively getting more. And what this Thurlow Heap told you is that his blade was even older and had other possessors before that. And the amount of money that you found on Barbato's corpse that was found in, he seems to have ran afoul of the Night Mother. Makes you think that there's some truth to that, because I think it was like 5 spoils.
Well, and there was 4 on Thurlow, so we have 9 spoils.
It doesn't add together.
Oh.
They are separate, yeah.
They're separate.
Spoils cap out at 6, so you can't, you can spend, there's 4 spoils worth of purchase power, and there's, what was the other one, 3?
5? I don't know.
Oh, 5 more spoils, yeah. So it's 5. So is that 5 total or 5 more spoils?
Yeah, 5 more on the.
Yeah, so it's 4 on Thurlow and then 5 on the body of Barbato. So you have 4. What that means is if you look at your core rulebooks, anything that's got a patronage level in it, you can purchase something for an equal patronage level equal to that. So what has happened is after that event, after killing the Night Mother, you guys made your way down into Norham. And what you found when you arrived in here was something a little strange. You found people going around with torches burning webs. Because this abandoned, for one thing, the town seems to have been reduced to about 1/3 of its number. That's why it looks like it's in the shape that it is. Norham is normally on a thoroughfare. It's one of the ways to sort of make your way across the eastern part of Elkland. It used to be a fairly good trade corridor, and that's where it made its money, but it has been reduced by conflict and by time. You also found that by talking to the people in here, there is an older woman named Lillian. Let me give you a handout. She became kind of the contact because it's mostly been reduced to old women, young men, and children who you've been dealing with here. Lillian is wise in the ways of wart cunning. There are 2 kinds of magic that you can access in Blackbirds. One of them is the Theurgs, who deal with outsiders, who deal with, some would call them demons, to gain their powers. No one in their right mind trusts a Theurg. No patron will support a Theurg knowingly. Wart cunning is the older prayers and invocations made to the now dead gods. They don't involve dealing with outsiders whatsoever, but they are less flashy and less powerful than what the vitiations that you get from the Theurgs. Lillian used her wart cunning to basically every night. What this town has been doing for 6 months now is at night everyone retreats into certain places, and her wart cunning skills have kept the night spiders at bay. But they have otherwise been trapped here. They fear for traveling for any length of distance to get killed by the night spiders. All of the horses and whatnot that would allow them to travel faster were already consumed by the night spiders. They were some of the first things to fall. So with your news that Mother Night is dead, And then the first night that passed with none of the spiders coming, what they would do is the spiders would come and they would, because they couldn't get in, they would spin webs and people would get caught in them and wait. And there's tales of people who, were out collecting nuts and berries and whatnot to survive for the night, and then getting themselves caught and being stuck in those webs for hours and hours and hours, only being freed by chance by someone else who stumbled upon them. So what they'd taken to doing is burning webs every day, resetting the invocations, the wart cunning spells, to keep them at bay every night. So unsurprisingly, the celebration after the first night, when the spiders did not come, was very big. And that is where we're picking up. The town is, what you can assume, is the patronage of the town will be a 2. So anything that you can see in your in the core rulebook that is gear that is 2 or less, you can gain access to.
Was das da draußen ist?
Sorry?
I'm sorry, there's someone with a chainsaw outside. And
Okay. So if your trappings begin on page... I don't hear the chainsaw whatsoever.
The weapons are on 223.
Oh, there you go. Okay, and then... So anything with a 1 or a 2 you can gain access to automatically. Any food stuff, you can treat your patronage as 2 higher, so 4 or less. And then what you can also do is try and make a charm or bargain or intimidate, I think, check to bump the patron up by 1. So if there's something of 3 or less you want to gain access to. Well, you can assume there were some weapons that were damaged in the last couple of scraps. Those are all restored by the tradesfolk here.
Okay.
But yeah, just take a look. And you don't have to, if there's nothing that particularly stands out, don't worry about... grabbing, but if there is something in particular that you want to snag, you can certainly grab that now. Farrakis, for instance, if there is any cheap armor, that may not be a bad thing to pick up, because Farrakis has proven to be quite pokey. So fur hide would at least give you a +1. That's only a 1. And with this, light leather would give you a damage threshold of 2. And then a gambeson would be 3. You would have to make a charm check of some kind to extend the patronage. But I'll leave it to you guys to decide. Anything that you would want to pick up in addition to what you've got?
Yeah, I think this light leather looks like a good idea.
Okay. There's someone else who was left behind, so you can add armor is underneath. I believe it's underneath your the peril threshold. There's a place to add your armor, and then it's next to the shield. If you pop that open, you can add in, and make sure to include that it's workable, because it is easier to repair when it gets damaged.
The only thing that's thrown me out of this game so far is the gambeson having higher defense than a light leather. Historically, a gambeson is just like a cloth jacket that you wear under your armor to keep you from chaffing. I'm like, what the hell?
Doesn't it have like some kind of weaving to try and catch arrows and such?
No,
okay.
Not to my knowledge. I don't know.
So, if there is anything else you guys wish to pick up, let us know.
We'll just say it's a leather gambeson. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it says a heavy tunic made from rough woven flax linen. The armor has surprisingly good stopping power due to the waxing nature of the flax, and it's easy to repair and move in.
Sounds good.
And light leather, not the boiled leather armor of those with more means. It's simply a crafted suit of flexible material. So that's where light leather...
That's where they're... Okay, I see what you're saying there. The light leather is not treated leather.
Yeah, the boiled leather's at the top there. It's got 5 damage threshold.
That makes sense then.
It's redeemed itself.
Well, no, because they've basically added a level of leather armor that we don't see in other games. So, like in D&D, you assume it's like a boiled leather or a waxed leather or something like that because it's hard.
Yeah,
and provides some. Yeah.
Okay. So, what do you guys? have at just you also have those spoils that you can spend as well. And because this place used to be a trade hub, there are other things you can pick up. So they may have access to basically anything in the core rulebook that you can afford, you can purchase.
Now, Farrakis also had 2 shivs and a throwing dagger. And now he's picked up this fancy dagger.
Yep.
Would he want to offload his...
So selling stuff in this, you treat the gear as 5 less.
What about just trading with other players? Like,
with other players, absolutely. Yeah, if you want to give
because
those
Gita doesn't have a second weapon, and if she were to lose her spear, even though she didn't, in that last fight,
no problem. Take my dagger, and I will.
Oh, the shiv. There's a difference between shivs and daggers in it. Shivs are a crappy.
No, I have a throwing dagger. I was thinking about this one.
Yeah, so you'd probably want to keep your throwing dagger because that's a different type of weapon, but you had 2 shivs. So
okay.
So you could fight with a dagger and a dagger, or a dagger and a shiv.
Yeah, the reason to fight with an offhand weapon, offhand grants plus, if it's got the offhand trait, it grants +1 damage.
Yeah. I think I would actually then. So I think I'm not interested in this dagger of this blade of this Silvestro Barbato. I think if it gives thoughts in my mind, I'm not too curious about this.
I think that's very out of character.
Okay, so then,
it's also a substantially better weapon than what the shiv is.
So yeah. Well, then have them. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. So just take them.
You only need 1. You would still have 1 shiv, and Gita would have a second shiv.
A second shiv? Oh, because I didn't have a shiv on my character sheet.
Yeah, so you can add it on. If you click on edit in the weapon section, just be sure to add in whether it uses, like what kind of stat it uses for your bonus. I think they use A, B. And then also be sure to add the traits or the qualities.
I think I have actually 4, so I can give you 2.
Oh, yeah, right, because he took, I think
shiv is damage CB?
No, the damage is, if it's a drop-down menu for the shiv, you'll see it's actually finesse. I think that's an error. The finesse, what the finesse traits does is it uses your AB instead of CB.
So then, can it be used for both then?
No, I think that's a typo. Finesse doesn't give you an option, and the reason I think that is because there is a talent that allows you to choose what you use when you use a finesse weapon. I think that it's just the nature of this weapon is just brute force doesn't help you with it. You need finesse to get more damage out of it. So the shiv would be AB as the bonus, and then the traits would be fast, finesse, and offhand. Fast is minus 10% to defenses, and the finesse uses that. Okay.
And could I get, say, a buckler?
You absolutely could. Oh, so buckler, you will need a charm check as well. Your allies are more friendly than what you are, or at least more charming. Farrakis has an ability called finesse that allows him to use his. Is it your subterfuge?
Skullduggery.
Your skullduggery in place of charm or intimidate, and Gita has an ability that allows her to use her toughness in place of those. So, Adelaide, you are certainly free to make the roll yourself.
Yeah. I'll go. I'll ask Farrakis. I'll say, look, I'm seeing in that shop there. There's a buckler I could be using. It's the shiv's all a bit basic.
Yeah. Okay. So. Let me talk to them, and I will, try to talk them into a little bit. Let me put a little bit of. So how do you say it? I'm missing the English word right now, but some kind of paying less. I don't know.
Some kind of.
Well, what is this? It's like you wouldn't say coupon in.
Oh, discount. A discount?
Discount, yes.
There you go. Okay, got it.
Courting.
So go ahead and give us, if you can get yourself your discount on this, give us a skullduggery check, please.
Yeah.
No problem. You got yourself a buckler. So you can add that under the shield, and then add in the. It doesn't modify your damage threshold, but it does have offhand, so it'll be +1 to damage when you're using it, and it's defensive, which means you get +10 to parry with it.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Anything else that you guys would be asking for, and then also, what is the plan for next? Do you wish to carry on from here? Now that the night spiders are gone, it does seem like there's probably less to do. And the town itself is at sort of the northern edge. There is a bridge that goes across a river that feeds into Brindamere, which is the lake. Brindamere Lake is the lake that fills up most of the valley in here. So it's sort of a lakeside town as well. It will be about most of a day's travel to get out on the eastern side of Brindamere Vale from here. But with the night spiders gone, you're not in a rush. One of the other benefits of having a patron is that certain things like a safe place to sleep and food to eat every day, all of that is taken care of. So right now you have level 2 patrons. And that, to give you a sense of what you can get with that, there is listings in the trapping section about that, but what you can reasonably ask for. So
Jeff, can we use a fortune point to go back to the scene and take something from the Night Mother? It was something we were...
Yeah, absolutely.
I talked about it with the small spiders. Like, is there any venom sacs or...
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I think, let me take a look at our skill list here.
Is it Farrakus who's got good survival skill? Or
yeah,
Adelaide?
Yeah, Farrakus is the one who's trained in survival. But I think that would be a tradecraft role.
Even not the venom sac, but I'm thinking like...
Or wart cunning. If anyone has training, does anyone have training in wart cunning?
It wouldn't be on this character sheet.
Oh yeah, right. It's so it would be the equivalent in this would be, I think, alchemy. Training in alchemy.
No.
Okay. So that is a special skill, which means you can still try it, but you flip to fail. So if you want to spend a fortune point to do that, whoever has the best intelligence.
That won't be me. I don't know. 43?
47.
43.
Oh.
Farrakus, you're the smartest of the lot.
Yes.
All right, so would you give us a wart cunning check, and we're going to flip to fail on this. So we'll take the worst of the two numbers as your tens digit.
I cannot...
Oh, sorry, again, not working. It'll be alchemy under intelligence.
But I only rolled once, so
okay.
I have to...
91. No, you don't roll twice. The way you don't, it's not advantage. Flip to fail is we look at your number and we just...
we switch. I'm sorry. But it was already the bad one.
Yeah, that's a 91. Do you want to spend a fortune point and re-roll? See if you can get a better combo?
No, I don't think that's worth it.
So you may remember as well, Gita, that when the Night Mother fell, all those tiny spiders that were on her began burrowing into her flesh and eating her. I think Farrakus made some effort to try and get in there, and after shaking off the third or fourth batch of things, he's like, no, done, no.
Yeah.
I think actually I would suggest that we go back to the village and have the people burn the corpse of the giant spider, so that we will have no more such horrible beasts of that size.
Yeah, we had afterwards we had decided to gather wood from within the mine and burn the corpse. So we did burn the body. It probably scared away some of the smaller spiders, but yeah.
I think you've got maybe the head and the mandibles or something. There's some kind of trophy you brought back with you to prove that. Yeah,
that's what I was getting at. It was rewriting the scene so that we took a trophy because we didn't really have much time at the end of the game. We killed it and wrapped up. But our characters being, hey, we're heroes. Look at it. We killed the giant Night Mother. We need to bring something around, to carry something around that we would show people.
Yeah. And what? Yeah. So that I think that's probably one of the reasons why they all celebrated y'all quite as much. Is killing one giant spider is one thing, and you all know about the night spiders are a specific type of thing. Their chitin seems to almost drink in light. So they're extraordinarily hard to see. And then, as Dave said, the older they get, the bigger they get, and they live much longer than what humans do. So it is likely some ancient predator that truly a blessed child of Mother Wolf that you guys faced and defeated. So with Gita, shaking you awake, Adelaide and Ferricus have traveled together the longest, but Gita has been your companion. You did see her in a vision while sleeping, which is why it was not a surprise to come across her as you were traveling to Culbadine. And Gita, likewise, you had seen visions of these two. But again, this morning is a real surprise. Her, waking up with a start. She almost seems to cry out like a kid, in their sleep, which is very different from the, impressive warrior that you have come to know. What do you guys want to do today? We'll assume that all this, all your transactions with your armor and whatever else, all that stuff took place beforehand. And Ferricus, what is your impressive damage threshold now?
I think 6.
No, oh man, look at that.
Yeah, I think it was only 4 before.
Yeah, it was not great. Ferricus was routinely our way of demonstrating how injuries work. As soon as he got hit, he was really badly hit.
Yeah, okay. So I think maybe it's just too late after this the waking up of Gita, so that I could maybe just see automatically whether there was some kind of unearthly influence on her.
Sure, yeah. So you shift into the odd. Why don't you give us an awareness check, please? And we'll give you a +10 because she doesn't have any way of concealing, and I think you've traveled with her. For some, so you have a sense of who she is and whatnot. Interesting. All right, so what you can see as you shift your things, and the way we've sort of been describing, or John at least was the one who did this, describing Ferricus's, when he activates his odd sight, because he's Nephilim, there's usually some quality that shows of your heritage. His eyes all crackle over black as if scorched, and his eyes, the eyes themselves go jet black. And what you can see is it is beginning to dim, but there seems almost to be a blazing halo around her. Very unnatural. And then it is slowly going back to normal. You can give us a, let's see here. Why don't you give us a folklore check at minus... I think minus 20.
Yeah. Is this still something that you must be trained in? So
no, it isn't actually. Not in Blackbirds. It's not a special skill in Blackbirds. It's a common skill.
So then
pretty good. All right. So what you think of? So there is effectively like a demigod who called Hyperion, who was not only the founder of an empire that collapsed and became the republic that's ruled for the past 1,000 years. Hyperion also is the one who murdered the elf queen, Hecate, and in doing so, he also killed his child, his as yet unborn child, Anhelios. And as Anhelios died, he levied a curse on Hyperion and on mankind, and that has been one of the undead that bedevil people in Erebos, the children of Anhelios. It is undeath in this setting is much closer to the sort of like zombie plague type thing. It is a insidious thing that will spread, called the Curse of Anhelios. You'll also note there are techniques that you can gain as player characters being a child of Anhelios as the infection takes place in your character.
Okay.
Hyperion is the enemy of those things, and what it's said is the progeny of Hyperion, the blood that runs down from his line through the Republic into the different nations, that the children of Anhelios continue to bedevil them. That curse and that hatred carries down the generations, but it also has that the blood of Hyperion carries enormous power with it. Almost as if there's a fragment or a drop of divine connection in them. So that, you can see, that fades, you know that, Farrakis. Adelaide cannot see this, but this is the first time you've seen this, Farrakis, on her. You maybe you haven't thought to look at her in that way before, or there's been no cause to. But yeah.
You're always using your odd sight on other people. You never turn and look at Gita when she sees your eyes start to roll. She'll usually maybe now realize that she's like takes a step back and goes in maybe behind you, or tries not to be noticed.
Yeah. Thus far, she's been keeping herself out of your sight, but you see it now, Farrakis. There may be more to your companion than meets the eye.
Yeah, I think I switch back to normal in a way, so concentrate myself on the now and here, and look at my companions. So, are we going? I think we wanted to go to the city of Calvin. Is this still the plan?
Very good. Let's get out of this little place.
I rolled an awareness check, Kev. I don't know if you want to add a penalty to that for Gita to have noticed that she was like directly in Farrakis's.
Yeah, I think that's Farrakis, why don't you give us what is your PB, your perception bonus, Gita?
Perception bonus is 3.
3. Okay, so that's a total of 4 degrees of success. Farrakis, why don't you give us a guile check?
Guile. So where should guile be? I'm sorry, I found it. Yeah.
Okay.
One of those crazy fellows.
Critical failure. So, Farrakis is staring directly, like full-on manifestation of his odd sight as he's looking. You can almost hear the, like, in the film version, we'd have reverb over top as he's like, looking at you in this. You can tell he's looking at you with his unnatural sight. So what happens next?
I think she gives him a look that says kind of like, now's not the time to start asking questions. And then she like grabs her shield and her spear and she, stands up and walks away, kind of thing. Like, let's get going.
Okay.
I guess it's kind of like, and then.
Yeah.
Like.
Adelaide, why don't you give us an awareness check? No modifiers here. Let's just see if you may be oblivious to what's going on between your companions. You may pick up on, wait, what the hell? Why were you looking at her like that?
Unmodified?
Unmodified, yeah. Standard. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, your head. I'm pretty sure that last cask of wine has gone off, and we really shouldn't have drank it. But Farrakis, Gita has left. Adelaide has finally got up. She's securing her, the buckler and her weaponry. And you say, time to head out?
Yeah, I think.
So you get down to the sort of main room, and all throughout here too, you can see again. There's evidence of wart cunning rituals and whatnot that have been put up in all these different places, in all the towns or all the remaining buildings people have been using. It also means that people have sort of been forced to serve a communal or live a kind of communal existence. And in this one main hall, there's the smell of fresh bread that's being baked, and there's a genuine. This is the second night free of spiders, and this is the first time in 6 months they've had that. So there's a general just like wonderful feeling of community down here, and there are still the charms and whatnot that Lillian placed. She still has yet to fully believe that they're gone, so she's continued to do her things. But as you guys come down, Lillian looks up at you, Gita, and let me make an awareness check for her and see if okay. So she, well, good morning, dear. Did you not sleep well last night?
No, it was a troubling night. Giant spiders and such in my head.
There are many young ones here who are troubled by the same dreams. But we need not worry of such things thanks to you and your friends.
Fair. I can relate to the challenges your village have endured at the hands of the night spiders. And while there may not be a problem in the immediate future, still a difficult concept to grasp.
These are strange times, and things that should remain hidden have come. But we must deal with such things. Your friends join as well. Come, we have breakfast for you. Do you still intend on departing today? Or can we convince you to remain and enjoy our hospitality for a while longer?
That is a decision my companions and I will have to make together. I believe we are intent on moving on, but we shall see.
Very well.
Breakfast first.
We have food for you on your travels as well. You will not be leaving empty-handed. And
Gita sets her spear up against a nearby post and folds the shield up against the table and sits down. Big calm.
Okay. Farrakis and Adelaide, you likewise come down, and you're able to find places to sit down. It's a nice, warm, hot breakfast that you're getting. It still is fairly meager. It looks like they've gone through many of their fresh stores, or perhaps the spiders have claimed things like, chickens and whatnot. So there's not much to go around, but you do get to enjoy hot eggs this morning. So there are, it seems like they're offering you up the best they have to offer. Who among you do you think has perhaps interacted the most with the kids in the village over the last 2 days? I'm going to safely say probably not Farrakis.
Yeah.
I think Gita's got a bit of a soft spot for kids.
Okay.
And she kind of misses her brothers.
Okay. So it is then, as you guys are finishing up, you're talking about what to do. If the watchtower that you passed on the western edge of the Vale, you've heard that there's a similar one too. So perhaps you could overnight at that, and then carry on your travels deeper into Elkland and towards Culbadine. And you're going to have enough food to keep you, well provisioned. You're going to be well rested. Yeah, everyone, it seems like you guys are ready to hit the road, and it's dry today as well. And it's while you're talking about that one of the children that you had been dealing with or met before, I think his name is Rickard, Gita. He comes up to you. He's probably about maybe 9, And you can see that I think Farrakis has the best awareness of all of you. You can tell, Farrakis, that this young boy has been prompted by a group of 3 other children to sort of go over and like, go tell her. So he comes up to you and says, Gita, Miss Gita.
Yes?
And he looks back and forth and leans in. There are men in the lake. There are men camping at the lake.
Not men from the village?
No.
Are they... Who saw them?
Lillian doesn't seem to have overheard that. He looks back, Rickard looks back at the kids, and they're like, no. And they said, we all did. 5 of them.
It's like, okay. She'll pat him on the head and thanks for telling us. Have you told anyone else?
He shakes his head, no.
Okay. Well, don't go back down there. Let the big people handle it.
He smiles and says, "You're our protector."
Yes, we are.
So he goes back over to the kids, and you can hear there's a bit of a squabbling over not being able to go back down to the lake. Adelaide and Farrakis, you would have overheard this as well. Both of you are...
And even if they weren't, like, leaning in, Gita will be like, hey, the kids just said that there's 5 armored men down by the lake. Oh, I was going to ask that. Or maybe I had asked that in my head. She was going to ask if they were, like, armored and weapons like us.
Yes. They were soldiers. And unfortunately, like in this day and age, the children of Elkland can very easily identify a soldier by glance.
Do they have a banner?
And they had one of them wore a mark. Like
the Grey Wardens?
And he sort of holds up his hands. Would each of you give us the only reason I'm making a roll is because this kid is maybe not doing a great job of describing it. Give us a folklore roll at plus 20. This is something you are very likely to know, but the kid is just maybe doing a poor job of describing it. Easily Farrakis. Yeah, you know. Gita, you know as well. All right, let me see if I got a sigil here. Where is it? Oh, I did load it. Nice. Well done, Kev of last week. So what I think more so this is Farrakis. Adelaide, did you roll as well?
Let me...
Plus 20.
Plus 20.
Critical failure. You know, are there more eggs? What he begins to try and describe this sort of symbol, and then Farrakis, I think you were the one who... Yeah, so it's a 7... it's 5. And then what is your intelligence bonus, Farrakis?
Bonus 3.
3, okay, so yeah. And what is your intelligence bonus, Gita?
3.
3 as well. So you're the one, I think, and Gita, you know what Farrakis is going to draw, but Farrakis, you are the kid's sort of trying to describe this stuff and sort of like tracing it on the air, and then you say, wait, and you draw out a symbol on the table, and he's like, yeah, that's it. And this is not great news for you, Farrakis. This is a symbol of the Sigillites.
Let me guess. This is the army we deserted from?
No. Actually worse. The Sigilites, those who serve the Order of Sigil, and the saints that are an expression of this truth, are well known across Erebos for their discipline, faith, military strength, and the ability to confront, destroy, and seal away the supernatural. This scorched earth mentality towards anything that originates from the odd applies to village elders who practice wart cunning, and theurgs making their unwholesome deals with the outsiders as much as it does to monsters crawling into this world from the other side. Sigilites follow a strict code and make no compromises with the powers of the odd or those who treat with the things therein, though there are rumors of theurgs and magical creatures bound with runic chains and symbols enthralling them into the service of the order. What that means, Farrakis, you are seen as bearing the sins of your ancestors if they know that you are a Nephilim, and you're looking around at all the wart cunning invocations and whatnot that have kept this place safe from the night spiders for the past 6 months. If the Sigilites get here, they're going to probably burn down the entire village. That is, at least that is the approach that they give. It appears that there is only one person who is wearing that, and the rest appear to be just like hirelings or armsmen or whatnot. Okay. You rolled, both of you, well enough to know. The Sigilites often work en masse when they're working on, if they're going against armies of dark forces or whatnot. The perhaps scariest are those rogue witch hunters who go out on their own to track things down. Think of how much that would prey on your already siege mentality mindset. So the kids are like, yeah, that's it. But both Farrakis and Gita, you would be well aware of the meaning of that. So Adelaisa looks back, happily digging into her second plate of eggs. And you look at the symbol and you're like, what are we doing?
Is it correct to assume that also Gita would be someone who would be hunted down because of her background?
It
was known.
It's possible. Hyperion was an enemy of the undead and an enemy of the unnatural, of the Hecate and her her offspring. But
she looks normal
and in the time since the War of Empty Thrones, it's easy to see anything, oh no, it actually wasn't a blessing, it was a curse, so therefore we burned them too. The intolerance, it's not a guarantee that they would see her as that. They also could see her as a blessing of the father of the empire and whatnot, but they could also see her as corruption and touched by the odd, and also, bound for the stake.
And I think they would also maybe at least kill Lillian, or
most definitely.
Yeah.
So if they found and the only reason they would target the village is because every one of these buildings is marked with these sigils to keep them safe from the spiders. So as all this. The impact of knowing that there is a Sigilite camping, not far outside of town, it's a marked contrast to the joy and happy, breakfast things that are going on around you.
We should get Adelaisa up to speed here.
What do you say?
Yeah, I finished troughing on the eggs then.
Yeah, but maybe not when the children are in hearing range, So,
well, do we not want to let Lillian and the village know of the danger? If we failed, they'd need to know.
I think we would first have to discuss what we are doing, and if we actually are doing something about it. Maybe.
See, there's the spirit, Farrakis. I don't know if I want this corrupted dagger. Maybe let's leave these women and children to die.
Yeah.
They do serve as a good distraction.
Yeah,
Which is
you
kind of funny
convinced me
because
that
yesterday-
I should not be my usual ongoing nice person, but to embrace the more.
It's funny because Ferricus James was far more heroic, and I was like, "What?"
Okay.
All right,
So,
let's.
No. I mean, I think we should just get rid of them and never tell anybody of them. I think that's the right approach.
So Adelaide, they brought you up to speed as to what what's out there, and there's 5 men, one of which is a sigilite, and they seem to be like you without having traveled that side before. It's hard to imagine that they would not see the town from where they camped. They are camping on the northern or the eastern shore of Brindamere Lake. They must be camping outside for a reason.
Oh, sound like scouts to me.
Yeah.
And the solution to a scout is a dead scout.
That is exactly my train of thought as well.
Could be a rogue witch hunter too. Could be one that's just gone on their own and taken the employ of some thugs.
The witch hunters,
Changed my view.
you know that they are they don't cast spells per se, but they are able to work because of the brandings and the holy markings on their bodies. They are able to take advantage of some what would effectively be magical abilities. They're not as impressive or terrifying as what the Theurg's abilities are, but if you're thinking in the vein of like a paladin, that's about a right way to think of what a sigilite might be capable of.
Yeah, I think let's investigate. Let's go over, see if we could sneak up, and if we could distract them from here, and if we can't, then maybe we have to solve this problem.
Okay. Well, I'm going to grab my spear and head out.
Okay. Lillian sort of sees you guys getting up and says, "Where are you leaving now? Already? Allow us to say goodbye and send you on your way."
I think we will come back in the afternoon. There was something we missed, so we
need some exercise.
Yes.
Okay. Ferricus, why don't you give us a guile check, and then Gita and Adelaisa each roll 1d10. You're aiding him, and we'll take the best tens digit of all 3 of you.
Oh, I'm not aiding him. I'm ignoring what they're doing.
Oh, okay. So you're just going outside.
Yeah.
Okay, so then Adelaisa, give us a 1d10. That's a fail so far, but let's see here. 87 is not helpful. So, would you like to spend a fortune point?
No, I think maybe she just will know that we are lying. That's okay.
Yeah, I think so. Whether which is an interesting character quality. Ferricus is trying to lie to keep them safe, but is very bad at it. And she steps forward and takes your arm, Ferricus, and says, "What is it? Out with you, boy."
There might be danger camping outside, and we want to take care of it before it gets closer to the town.
What danger?
Some sigilites.
This is a tough old bird. She's kept this community through, 12 years of war, 6 months of terror by nightly attacks by spiders, supernatural spiders. So it takes a lot to cause her to fear, and you can see Ferricus quite clearly. There's a tremor of fear and terror that goes across her face.
Yeah, that's exactly why I wouldn't want to tell you.
I think perhaps this morning calls for a game with the children. Would you say?
Yeah, so what are you thinking about?
And she's now adopting the kind of like kindly matron. I think perhaps we're all going to hide today.
Yes, that's an excellent idea.
Then she turns, children, we have a game. And it seems like she's going to organize everyone to go and hide in one of the buildings that is not being used right now, so that at the very least they can't easily find her and then the rest of the community right away. So with that, Farrakis, you're able to step outside and you see Gita has, the shield is on, her spear is ready.
Oh, she left her shield inside. What took you so long? What took you so long, Farrakis?
And I was just chatting with Lillian. They are playing a game with the children, but unfortunately we have other business to do.
Did you tell her?
Let's say I told her what she must know.
Okay. I have to go back in and get my shield. Sorry, I forgot it.
Okay. So you head back in.
Gita was going to use the shield as an excuse to go back in and tell Lillian anyways, so...
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you see the kids are all getting ready, and what you overhear, Gita, is that they're saying that you guys are going to come hunting for them. So we need to hide really, really well to beat them. Yeah. And the kids are absolutely on board with that. It takes a little bit for the adults you can see there's a look of concern on the adults' faces because of, but you trust that Lillian will, if she's seen them through everything of the last few years, likely she's going to see them through this as well. So with you guys taking a meeting up outside in the ruins of Norham, getting ready to head north or heading east to the shore of Brindamere Lake, why don't we take our mid-session break now, refresh beverages, and then we'll talk about how you want to approach the Sigilite camp. So for those listening at home, we'll be back momentarily.
James, is there anything we can do to make you more part of the game?
No. It's we just need to
Start.
get in there.
Yeah.
All right. That was a chore getting myself unmuted there. My goodness. Okay. Let's see. So you guys would have had a rekindling as well. So if you wanted to switch any techniques or whatnot, or talents, you would have had an opportunity to do that. I do not know if there is anything different that you'd want, but...
Yeah, no, I think my selection's good.
Okay.
Not that I've tried them, but they could be good.
Excellent. Well, that buckler will be pretty helpful, too. That's a pretty cool... I didn't notice before that it had the offhand quality. That's fucking awesome. You can get to have something that's defensive and get a little bump to your damage.
Yeah, I think it. Just checking on it, it looks like it. I mean, it doesn't really improve on the shiv in a way because it has the same, but it's really better with the rapier.
Well, and the
so maybe that's what I need to do later.
No, well, the defensive also is a good for a combination of your one of your Agitite swordsman things. That gives you the unlimited defenses. Getting a +10 from defensive is from your longsword. That's more helpful than
my longsword's got defensive.
Oh yeah, right.
Itself.
Your longsword's defensive too. Yeah.
That's what I mean. If you've got a rapier, then it really works because the rapier doesn't have a defensive. Ah,
okay. And then
so there's an acquisition for later.
What is the rapier weapon technique give you?
It's got finesse.
Oh no, I mean the actual technique, not the thing.
Oh right, the technique.
Desperate sword play. The Blackbird may parry an attack even if they have no AP, but they fall one level on the peril condition if they do so. You can do this once per round. Erudite Blade, a 2 AP combat attack. Make 3 attacks against one enemy without penalties. The Blackbird may not make any more attacks until their next turn.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, and then the third, the Extinguish ability is Sword of the Robe. The Blackbird may disarm or slay up to however many ranks you've got in melee. So you're the one foe, and then may choose to end with their blade against one foe's neck.
So you can disarm them and then put your...
Yeah, you can kill them instantly or disarm them and hold them at bay.
Yep, so I think that could be something for another day.
That's awesome.
I think that with the buckler would work well.
Oh, most definitely, yeah. Okay, so guys, tell us about how you are choosing to approach the lakeside. I don't know if I've got an image. I didn't think to load one today, but I have in past. Loaded stuff. So let's see here. How are you guys planning on reconnoitering this place?
Is there anyone particularly sneaky? Let's see. Let me check myself.
She glares hard at Ferricus.
We both look at Ferricus, but I'm like, not particularly. At least not last night against the night spider.
Yeah, I think I have an effective stealth of 70. So.
Oh, that'll do.
Okay. Why don't, Ferricus, if you're going to sneak ahead, why don't you give us a stealth check? We'll make it standard.
Yeah.
And I will. And what is your agility bonus?
7.
Okay. Whoa.
The problem is that it does not maybe take the talent into account.
Just add modify it up to plus 10.
Yes.
When it asks you for the difficulty, just treat the plus 10.
Yeah.
Critical.
How could that be? I mean, no, I think it's too early to fail that miserably. So I think I would spend a fortune point.
Oh, you can't actually on a critical failure.
No, I can't really.
Yeah,
I can't.
on a critical failure, you can't spend a fortune point.
Yeah.
What the likelihood of it, because your skill's so much higher, those doubles are more likely to be critical successes than critical failures. But misfortune strikes everyone in the Carcass Nations.
Yes, that's okay.
So what happens is you are making your way in towards this camp, and you're getting closer to the edge. This place is there's woods have grown in around here. Where they're going to be camping is a little further back on sort of like a meadow near the shore. And you've elected to make your way in on a bit of an angle to get as close to the camp as you can. And Ferricus, what you I guess just don't notice is a bit of, as you're making your way this path, you've got lots of cover going in. You misjudge that there is a bit of the path that has been washed out. So you stumble and then sort of fall down. And where you come to rest is right on the outskirts of one of the camp. But what you find at your feet is a horribly mutilated corpse of some mercenary. Would you give us a resolve check, please?
This is something. First, you don't have luck, and then you get bad luck as well. So, resolve. No.
That you could spend a fortune point if you want to reroll.
Yeah, I think maybe that's.
Okay.
So let's try it again.
Yeah, because resolve check is followed by
peril. Yeah, if you, it'll be.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Fortunately, this one's not quite that bad. It's 1d10 plus 1 peril.
Oh, yeah.
And the d10s don't explode. Only the d6s explode. And then if it's a bane dice.
5.
5, okay. 5. Does that even beat your peril threshold?
I can tell you in a second. Because I have to switch the tabs here. No.
Nice. So you stifle a cry. But what you can hear, Ferricus, is someone is shouting from further in the camp. Where are you? Come out, demon!
What they are shouting?
Let me make a quick check for you. Okay, let me compare to stats here. I'm checking on the awareness of somebody. Okay. '54, I did succeed. So, Ferricus, what you can hear, let me put someone down here. And what is his initiative? Ooh. So I think Adelaza and Gita, you are probably like maybe 1 or 2 rounds running to get into the camp. Away. No, you're probably closer than that. Let's say 1 round away. You'd spend 1 round fully running the entire round. You'd be able to make it to the camp then. What you can see, let me go to the GM's layer here. Farragus, you need not make a roll because someone is running towards you.
Oh, yeah.
But you will be enough. Adeliza and Farragus, you're not going to have... Adeliza and Farragus and Gita, why don't you give us an awareness check at -10. Let's see if you can hear whether Farragus is in trouble or not.
Didn't seem like it.
Yep. And Adeliza? No, you guys are hiding down. Is he going to give us a sign or what? No, wait for him to get back. He's good at this. And you can hear, ah! From elsewhere in the camp. So then, Farragus, you are going to be acting for someone is running towards you. You got 3 AP. Someone is running towards you from in the camp. They're probably about 14 strides away.
Okay. So, I can't really picture the situation completely.
So let me try
I'm so
help
much
here.
in
So
the open.
there are like maybe 3 small tents that are set up in here. There's a camp that's campfire with a thing set up in there. This person is on the edge of the campground. They may have been relieving themselves. They may have been, who knows what they were doing at the edge, but they have been torn apart by something, not by weapons, as if by some wild animal.
Okay.
And you're sitting at your feet. You've just fallen down. Behind you is the path and the greenery and whatnot. So there's places you could duck back into if you wanted to try and hide. And then to your left is how to get to your friends. And then beyond the camp is only about maybe 20 strides from shore. And then there's the lake itself that stretches out.
Yeah, I think I would try to hide back into the woods.
Sure.
I mean, maybe they have not seen me, just heard something.
Yeah.
So
then that will be a... Let's see here. I think hide is an actual action, if I remember. Here we go. All right.
I mean, I could spend 3 action with my talents just to get out of the problem, but I think that's maybe not.
Oh shit! Yes, you're gonna have to spend 2. You're right. 2 AP has to be spent to stand up, and then 1 AP to try and hide. You can spend fortune points to get AP as well.
Yeah.
But you can decide that after you see how your stealth roll goes. So you'll get plus 10 on this. Go ahead and give us a stealth check.
Yeah. Okay.
Come on, here we go. Here comes the big money.
Yeah. First we fail and then we make it worth.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's say and I will get my talent with another.
Yep, plus 10. Nice. All right, and with your agility, that is a 11 total margin of success. So then, what you see, let me bring this up to the token layer. He's not dressed in plate, he's dressed in chain, but it's a pretty cool illustration. So, then, this man, bearing a long sword in 2 hands, comes racing around, and there is blood. And something else, it seems some kind of strange green, I don't know, smear or something on the blade. He comes racing around and is looking. And let me make an awareness check for him. Yeah. Has no idea where you are, Farragus. You're in the shadows. You're in the thing. You're maybe like 3 strides away from him, hiding in the undergrowth. Where are you, demon? Reveal yourself. You will not take me. The sigil watches over me. What do you do?
I'm not here.
So, so what are the others doing? I mean,
The others are not aware of this
are they-
whatsoever. You're supposed to be reconnoitering and then going back, and then you fuck that up.
We're having coffee.
No, I haven't completely fucked it up. So maybe I just try to sneak back and say,
Sure.
well, something alarmed them.
Yeah. Give us one more stealth check at +10.
Yes.
And just need to beat his awareness, and you'll be able to sneak back and talk to the your allies.
Oh, so, no, come on.
You can't spend a fortune point. You want to reroll?
So this is my best skill by far.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Go ahead and
So,
reroll.
okay, so yeah. Yes, I think I will try once again. So,
Okay.
I mean, come on. This is... I mean, it's funny, okay?
That's clearly again best skill.
Okay. You are very fortunate. I rolled a 55. His total awareness
so-
is a 50. So it counts as a critical failure. So it's only because of his critical failure that you hear something elsewhere in the camp. I see you, and you're able to. You think you're being sneaky, so you're on your way back towards the others. Adeliza and Gita, where do you think you would have positioned yourself to wait for him? There's not really a path that leads here. You could walk along the shore of the lake. You could be a little off of it. What are you thinking? Where would you have positioned yourself?
I would have thought if we're waiting for him to come back, I'd be in a bush
Okay.
or the nearest equivalent.
Okay.
Yeah, not near the lake because sand is not good footing. So
Sure. So then, would you each give us a stealth check at +10? Well, we'll
Stealth.
assume that Farrakis has helped you to try and, no, ladies, I can see you still. Get back.
Oh, come on.
he is constantly looking out for him.
You have a lot of reflective metal on you guys, so you could spend.
I think this is clearly Ferricus's advice on stealth. Doesn't work for him, doesn't work for us.
So, as you guys are waiting, have you talked about anything? Are you just is there anything that comes up, or are you just waiting in silence, awaiting the return of Farrakis?
Yes, tapping my blade in my bush.
Okay. And Gita?
When's he gonna come back?
Gita's a little more quiet today than normal, so she's avoiding conversation because she doesn't want to talk about anything that happened this morning.
Okay. So what you guys can hear is something moving along. Would you each give us an awareness check, please? Just a standard.
So that's the second critical failure I've had on awareness in 2 days.
It is not your forte. Anyone wish to spend a fortune point to re-roll? You can't because of the critical failure, but...
I guess I'd better. Yep.
Okay. You're going to get that one for free for reasons. So, unfortunately, I may critically fail my stealth check here, so let me just make that. I did not critically fail my stealth check, which means... Dave, what talent do you have active right now?
Da, 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 da. My talent is an impressive physique.
Oh, no! It's not your surprise one?
No. Why would I?
You could spend a fortune point technically at any point to swap those out, would you have done that?
Oh, I've got both of them open, so that's an error on my part.
Yeah,
So,
which I find you can make a choice as to which one you think you would have had active.
Well, knowing that we were leaving the role-playing heavy town and going into battle, I would have, had I been understanding what I'm supposed to be doing, chosen Survivor, yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right, then, bear with me.
So then you want us to just close them and just keep only the ones open?
Keep the one open that you have slotted.
So we can have a trait, a talent, and a technique?
So the traits are always active. You don't slot those. Those are just things you always gain access to. Like your boon or your banes, those are always active. Let's see here. There it is. The technique and the talents are the only things you need to slot. And then once you hit rank 2, you'll be able to have two talents, or so once you're tier 2, 2 talents and 2 techniques active.
Okay, so then I would probably be on Spirit Technique, because I wanted to try it today.
Yep.
And the Survivor Talent.
Okay. So then, can you click on the speech bubble for Survivor Talent? I just want to remind myself what that does.
Sure.
Nice. Okay. So, I think... What is the feeling that you had, Gita, when your father's visage began melting like that? What's the feeling you felt in your gut?
It's kind of like this, I don't know, like it's kind of like that sinking feeling, like a bit of dread is just creeping in.
So out of nowhere, you can feel that cold dread into your gut once again. And while Adelaisa and yourself are caught by surprise, that is enough to prompt that you have 3 AP.
Uh-oh.
When a child of Anhelios, dripping and bloated as if this corpse has been in the lake for some time, its hands covered in gore and blood, though, fresh from a kill, the only action I'll be able to take to get into range here is to charge. So I'm going to get a plus, let me set this aside here. I'll do extra damage on a hit from this. Let's see here. But because of your survival talent, I will allow you to make a free strike because you've got your spear. The reach ability allows you to make a free strike as this thing is coming in.
Do I know much about these? Have I ever faced them before?
I think over the past 2 years, yeah, you would know because these things, they hunt you.
Right, but maybe that I've never had an incursion this close before.
No, and there are different, and they are sadly there are different kinds of children of Anhelios as well too. So what this thing actually can do, the more dead they are, the worse they are. Okay, so this isn't actually a technique thing, or are you just putting that up to be aware of what you've got?
I'm putting that there so I can find it.
Okay, what this is, it's the reach is what allows you to try and stab this thing. So this thing comes racing out of the bushes up on you. It's not dressed like a courtier like this thing, but it is dressed like what do you call it? Like a drowned fisherman or something like that, a commoner. Go ahead and give us a solid hit. Okay, so that is, and this thing does not have any AP left, so it can't defend. So that's 9. So 9 is 1. You could spend a fortune point to increase the damage on that if you like.
What about that first spear technique? Does that come into play?
Biting? What biting is just if you roll a critical, then you inflict a bleeding effect on the target.
Right. Okay, I remember that now. Okay.
Yeah.
So, you know what? I'll use a fate point.
Okay.
Or a fortune point
so, thing is, the children of Anhelios do not suffer injuries. So you tear into this thing as it's coming in. What I need you to do is...
Is that because they're immune to weapons?
It's because they are... So, the children of Anhelios do have the...
No Mortal Blade?
No Mortal Blade ability, but... Or some of them do at least, but because you are a progeny of Hyperion, you are able to affect it normally.
Right.
It's a different quality. An undead quality means they don't suffer injuries because they don't have organs that matter or anything like that. However, I do need you to give us roll 1 chaos dice, please. Okay. You're able to get your... You can see that he is covered in a vicious kind of mold, like a verdigris, like the green that spreads across copper. And that does not seem to get on your spear. So then he gets to make his attack. So he's in. I have a... Whew. 75% chance with my claws. So let's do that. It's a hit. You defend?
Yes.
Go ahead and give, so this will be 1 AP. It would be a parry at plus 10 because of your shield. Sublime failure. Oh.
Oh no.
Whoops, there goes my shield.
Oh man. Okay, so I think it actually goes down by 2. So the thing is battered. It goes down from worn, or from new down to... what is the next one down from that? Here we go, the wheel. It's frail. So it reduced the damage threshold of it by down to 0.
So damage threshold 0?
Yeah.
Okay. I will mark the new name as frail and change damage.
Yeah, frail shield and gives you no damage defense. So unfortunately, this thing does hit you. Let's roll damage. Oh, so it's claws are unfortunately. Oh, and it charged. So here we go. 2d6. Exclamation mark plus.
Ouch and ouch.
6. Here we go. Only 12 though. How's that compare?
My damage threshold is 9 with the modified shield.
Okay, so then you hit it. That means you're down by 1. You're lightly wounded.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chaos dice?
Then that is the end of the surprise round.
Do I have to roll chaos dice from being lightly wounded?
No, lightly wounded only when you're moderate. Moderate, serious, critical. Those are the ones that, or grievous. Okay. Those are the ones where you roll for wounds. The first tick, you don't take any wounds. Okay. All right, so this thing is raced in. Farracus, you are in the midst of running back to the camp. Why don't we... let's live large. Why doesn't everyone click on their token? We're going to start the round fresh. This isn't technically how it works, but we've sort of been all over the place. Everyone click on their token. Click on initiative. And let's start round 1.
Oh, here we go. 14s again.
14, there you go.
So we all need to roll a 14 now.
No, Adelaisa. Oh, no,
you want to be higher than the monster, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wanted to, yeah.
Yes, we wanted to. Geeta, you're up first. What are you doing? This thing is engaged with you right now?
So she knows that she can penetrate the no mortal blade trait because of her boon.
Yep.
She knows her fellows don't have such.
Correct.
So I'm going to use my 2 AP during the combat scene to take a level of damage to anoint the blades of my flock with my blood, granting them the same effect for the duration of the combat scene. And so Adelaida, you see Geeta grab onto your sword with her shield hand and she just like runs her hand across the blade, or maybe with the hand that's holding her spear, she just like runs her hand across the blade. You see her blood appear on your sword blade.
So your flock is connected by fate. I'll allow that benefit to affect everybody. Farrakis, you see your blade. You can feel it flare with some kind of strange power.
She's probably not going to help you for hiding, but it'll be useful later. Trust me.
So that is 2 AP. You have 1 AP left. What do you want to do with that?
I'm just going to strike at the creature that's in front of me.
Okay. So that's a melee attack. Go ahead.
And I. Oh.
You want to fortune point that?
Yes.
Okay. There you go.
There we go.
All right. Oh, one thing. So I do have points left, so I can try and dodge that. What's better for him, dodging or parrying? Yeah, definitely parrying. Holy smokes. I got a 75%. As a reminder, too, you can spend one action you can take is aiming, which gives you a bonus to hit. And remember, that translates into a penalty to the defense. So the 75. You try and get him with a spear, he batters it aside.
That's 1 AP fewer than it.
Absolutely. Then it is the Sigilite's turn. I'm going to make an awareness check for him. Let's see here. You can hear him bellowing, and what you can see now is, if in the film version, you would see the camera pan back, and the other 3 armsmen that he have been torn apart by children of Angelios. His camp was attacked before you guys got there.
As soon as you said it was dead, and I'm like, oh shit.
I'm disappointed now we're not outnumbered.
Yeah, exactly. But you get the benefit of duel when you are. So that is a benefit. All right. So then it's this thing's turn. The child. I have 2 AP left. One of them is going to try and get Gita, because you are the cursed of Hyperion. Here we go. This is a 75% chance of hitting. That's a hit. Gita, do you have any points left for defense? Oh, no. You don't. Because you attacked. All right, so then I don't get the bonus this time.
You could use a fortune point, right, to get an extra action point.
In Blackbirds, you have to do that on your turn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. In Flames of Fate, you can do or Flames of Freedom at any point, but
that's a good reminder. Thanks, James. I'll remember that for next turn.
Okay, here we go. Plus.
Although hopefully I won't be doing any sort of 2-point buff spell.
Ooh. Okay, now this is. Hold on, it's got a quality that I don't remember. Is it on my Fate Weaver screen? Let's see here. Oh boy, oh boy. So I'm getting to know these traits much better now, but I do have to look up some stuff.
Use a fate point to rewrite the narrative, to go back to my turn, to use a fate point to get an AP.
Yeah, I'm going to rewrite my turn to have spent an AP for myself. Okay, let's see. There it is. Okay, qualities. Ah, right. Okay, so here we go.
Crumbs in the chat.
Nice. Hey, Jamie. Okay, so this is damage on Gita. Only 7. I don't think it gets through your armor, so it runs its claws around you, and you see the blood of the Sigilite's armsman on you. Then it will save the last one for a defense. Adelaza, you're up. What are you doing?
Now, do I need to move to get to it, or?
Oh, you
would
would
like to flank.
1 second, I forgot something. Gita, you need to give us a chaos dice roll because you're now at moderately wounded.
But it didn't get through my armor?
No. But when you remember you blooded.
Oh, because of the bleeding.
Yeah.
The moderately room.
So there's 1 chaos dice. Don't roll a 6. There you go. No injury. Okay. I'm sorry, James. Your turn. What are you doing? You got 3 AP.
Now, do I need to get use an AP to get to this thing, or I want to flank, but
you would need to be one to get into sort of to get engaged with it, and then one is to flank. So that'll be plus 10 to all of your attacks.
Flank then.
Okay. And remember, you can't spend fortune point to get extra AP, and flanking is a condition that remains until it moves. So both you and Gita would get plus 10.
I'll use the fortune point. So I'll move one.
Okay.
Flank, that's a second.
Okay.
Then I'll attack, and then for the avoidance of doubt, then I'm going to do my parrying skill.
Nice. Okay, so go ahead and get one attack out of this. Go right ahead. And you'll plus 10 to hit with this.
And let me just...
and you click on your longsword.
No, I'm plus 10 as well, so I'm plus 20.
Where's the extra plus 10 coming from?
That comes from dueling, right?
Yes, yep.
And if I didn't click on the wrong button and shut my character sheet... okay, where's it gone?
So when you're buying fortune points for the extra AP, do that after your attack, or does it have to be within your
attack? At any point, so long as it's on your turn.
Okay.
Yeah, once your turn is over, because you could like spend 3 AP and then decide to spend fortune point and get another AP. It just needs to be on your turn.
Okay.
Come on.
Here we go. Come on. Oh, sublime success! Beautiful. Holy smokes! All right, so with a sublime success, that is incredible. That's our first sublime success on an attack. Which is to say, I don't know what that does.
and you're empowered, so you can hurt it.
That is incredible. Okay, sublime success. Whew! Sublime success adds 2d6 damage. So go ahead and roll 2d6 exclamation mark.
All right.
I can dodge, but I need a sublime success to dodge that. Oh, actually, no, I can't. No, I can't dodge it. Holy smoke! So 24 is...
You can't dodge.
And then I've got an extra for the buckler, don't I?
1, 2, 3. Yeah, so it's 25 total. 1, 2, 3. So that would be, right now, that knocks it down 3 levels. That would take it, that would slay this thing. As it is. So what does it look like as Adelaide? You get yourself in position and hack down.
So I swing round, come off from his back quarter, and then swing my broadsword and just take its head off in one go.
Roll us 1 chaos dice, please.
Oh, yeah, I've got a button for that. Where's... Oh, sorry. Chaos dice. Here we go.
Oh, no!
Oh!
Okay. Unfortunately, your sword is affected by the verdigris of Anhelios, which means...
Not good.
Corrupted weapons immediately gain 1 level of degradation. So this weapon immediately is... that greenish stuff spreads across the sword. It is down to worn. So -1 damage with your longsword.
All right.
It's at that point that Farrakis comes back into the camp. Farrakis, give us an awareness check at +20. I'm fairly certain you would have heard this combat, but you've had a lot of stuff in your mind lately.
Yes. So you think so, but I'm not sure. So awareness +20. I mean, come on, it's not impossible to succeed here. Yes.
Beautiful. So, Farrakis, as you're sneaking back, you would have heard the sound of combat, and then the sound of whack, of steel cleaving flesh, and then you hear maybe Gita say, "Your blade." So then you're able to come back into the scene here. So what you see is your 2 allies, weapons out, a headless, bloated corpse at the ground, and that same greenish discoloration on Adelaide's sword that you saw on the Sigilite's sword.
Yeah. So my character is aware of this Children of Anhelios.
Yeah, you guys are all sort of aware of that there is undeath. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just came back to warn you of a monster who had maybe hunted down this sigilites or some of them, but I think you found the monster already.
At that, you can hear a shout from somewhere not far off. It seems as if the sigilite is in combat once again.
I don't believe they hunt alone. There are likely more of children.
Yeah, so...
Then it looks like these creatures will do our job for us.
Well,
yeah, I think we should battle the surviving team, not all of them.
Perhaps we can use the sigilite's help to vanquish the children and send him on his way. He might not need to die.
Yeah, okay. So, if you say so, let's give it a try.
Okay.
Whoa, team.
So
All right,
let's do this. We'll transition to the scene of, let me bring 2 more children of Helios out here. And why don't you guys click on your token and roll initiative. This will be as you guys are coming in. If you intend on sneaking in, go ahead and roll your stealth.
Instead of initiative?
To be honest, you can roll stealth at plus 20. Here's what I'll do. Actually, roll stealth at plus 20 for each of you, because everyone concerned is distracted right now. And if you're successful, then you will have a surprise round before they get to act. You'll have 3 AP worth of actions.
Is there a way to, like, I was going to say charge in, but...
Well, this is just set up your action. But you can then, absolutely, like you'll start, we'll say, about 10 strides away.
Okay. Stealth plus 20?
Stealth plus 20, yeah. Success, success.
Stealth check.
Adeliza?
Yep. Plus
Come on.
Come on. Plus 20. I mean, that's easy, right?
Fortune point that?
Not when you say it that way.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Let's try that again. Plus 20.
Yep.
Oh, there
all
we
right.
go.
So you guys come up. You see there is yet another of these children of Helios dead at the sigilite's feet. But he is facing off against 2 of them. They seem to be circling him. Everyone is 10 strides away from you, but you will have a surprise round first. So you all have 3 AP. They cannot defend against whatever your attacks are. What do you guys want to do? And you'll do 1d6 extra damage on all of your attacks this round. Who's charge? So that'll be 3d6 if you do if you hit with this Gita. So Gita goes charging in, leap Troy style, and try and skewer with your spear.
She doesn't do the jumping thing like Achilles does in the movie.
So go ahead and give us an attack. No modifier, but yeah.
Are we not rolling initiative?
No, because you guys can go whatever order you want in the surprise round.
Okay.
They can't act. That's a solid hit. And now roll 2d6 exclamation mark, please. Because you do get 2 extras from that. And are you going after the sigilite or one of the ghouls?
One of the children.
Okay.
Now, can you use the fury dice thing in the weapon to add those extra dice? Okay.
Absolutely, yeah. Cool. So it's 6, so it's 16 total. All right, so then for this guy, 16 is enough for 1. These seem to be what do you call it? Risen mercenaries. So that is...
Can I use bait dice to add down?
You spend a fortune point, add an extra. Yeah, so add 6 to that. That would be a total of 22. That would bring him down by 2. Unfortunately, they do not suffer injuries, but there you go. All right. You still have 1 AP left in the surprise round.
I will.
One other
keep
question
that.
for you. They are at your spear has reach, so you could be not engaged and attack from one stride away if you like.
Yeah, actually, I'll do that.
Okay.
Really
So
good idea. And I'm going to keep my 1 AP in case it turns on me.
So the way that it'll work, remember, once you get to the surprise round, everyone refreshes their stuff when we go into our normal combat.
Oh, right. Because surprise round. Okay. So then attack with a -10.
No, because a charge is not a melee attack. So your regular melee attack.
Right.
Another hit, and roll an extra D10 because of surprise.
1d10.
Yep. Did I take your point for the extra damage? The fortune point? I don't think I did. Forgot to adjust that. Okay, so there we go.
Oh, none.
Sorry, not 1d10, 1d6. 1d6, forgive me.
And this is exploding or no?
Exploding as well, yeah. 5. Okay, so 13. 13, enough to bump it down one more. You could spend a fortune point to bump it down by even one more if you'd like.
Is that 5 levels, perhaps?
Yep.
No. Is 5 levels going to kill it?
6 is what you need to get it dead.
Okay. No, I'm going to leave the fortune points for the rest.
Okay, there we go. All right, then, so Gita has gone the surprise round. Farrakus and Adelaisa, who would like to go next?
So James, yeah.
Just one thing on the action. So let's just to understand the rules.
Yep.
I've got 3 action points, and when we reset, we will roll initiative and start all over again.
Yep, with 3.
Now, what if I want to use my power to have my dodges at 0 until my next round? Is it better? Can I do that during my surprise so that if they have their initiatives higher than me, I'm covered?
Yes, you absolutely can do that. Well, the thing is, at the start, the way the surprise round works, once the surprise round's over, we start combat proper, and everybody has their 3 AP.
Okay, but what I'm meaning is if they've got higher initiative than me, they can attack me and I can't defend.
No. Everyone has 3 AP at the start of combat. But what that does do, though, is it would still... The defenses would cost you AP. If you set up your defense in the surprise round, that means that it wouldn't cost you anything.
That's it. That's what I'm after. Yeah, okay, cool.
Okay.
Now, got that.
Got it. Okay.
Right, so I'm going to charge as well.
Yep, so that's 2 AP to race in. Are you going in on a different ghoul, on the Sigilite, or the injured ghoul?
I'm going with the first ghoul. Same ghoul.
Same ghoul. Okay, so you race in and engage it. It's 2 AP. Go ahead and give us an attack. And one extra... This will be 2 extra Fury dice for damage.
Okay.
So there we go.
2 extras, that'll be 3 Fury dice.
Yep.
Okay. And that's plus 10 for my one-on-one.
Nope. There's... Yeah.
Okay.
No. But that it's a critical success, though. So then, click on your dual ability. Let's just make it clear. Click on the little speech bubble.
Yeah. That's... Sorry. Where's he hiding? There he is. Dual.
Okay, just so we know where... when the Blackbird is engaged with only a single enemy, gain plus 10. Oh, yeah, so no, this would be a single enemy. You're only engaged with him, so yeah, you would get the plus 10. But that is a 33, so that's 24. Damage is 2 levels, which would be enough to kill it. What does it look like as you hack this one down?
Yeah, so I just plunge that straight into its chest and then wrench it out.
Nice.
Letting the rest of its guts fall out.
Oh, and I need both. And it's -1 damage, actually, because your thing is worn right now. Gita,
I've got plus 1 for my buckler, so it sort of nets out now.
Gita and Adelaisa. Gita, would you roll 2 chaos dice? Adelaisa, 1. Oh, no, Gita. Your spear is... Oh, God.
Oh.
So your spear is now at... degraded. That verdigris is just eating the metal in it. And perhaps it knows that you are a child of, or a progeny of Hyperion. what that means is, there's the wheel. It is frail. -2 damage, -20 to hit. Oh, yeah, right. -10 to hit with your longsword right now because it's worn. Farrakis, you were left. Oh, no. And then Adelaide, you're using your last action to go into defense.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Okay.
I'll go into defense. Yeah.
And then Farrakis, you're up. Surprise round. What are you doing?
So just to make sure, this never saw it coming ability does not work on these zombies, yes?
No, it would work on it because you're rendering them helpless.
Yeah.
Which means...
I would try to do exactly that. I would sneak up and try to, I don't know, maybe...
Helpless, so here's what helpless means. Cannot use any actions or reactions and may be slain with a successful attack.
Yeah.
So you sort of sneak up in it. Yeah, so and is it... just give us a stealth check and you get +10 with it right now.
Yeah. So I would just try to maybe take it out of order like this.
Yeah, it'd be like I think it'd be 1 AP to hustle in, and then you could do 2 AP to try and do it. So go ahead and give us a stealth check at +10.
Yes, I'm trying. So. Yeah.
Nice. You've got this child of Helios in your control. And you are pretty close to it.
So, I mean, not to be greedy now. If I spend a fortune point for another action, could I then slay it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and then I would do exactly that.
Yeah, so it's make an attack. On a successful attack, you will have slain it outright.
Let's see.
Come on.
So I'm trying this. Oh well. Yes,
Nice.
it works.
Roll 1 chaos dice, please.
Yeah. So these are up here.
Okay, nice. You get it away without the verdigris affecting your blade. All right, so that was a surprise round, guys. Would everyone click on their token and go ahead and roll initiative? Let's see where you're at. The Sigilite is on a 13. I think he is quite surprised by the sudden arrival of reinforcements. Okay, Farrakis is before the Sigilite. And...
Sorry.
Adelaide is before the Sigilite, too. All right, so Adelaide, we are in regular initiative. I got 3 AP. You are not engaged with him, but you are only like 1 stride away from him. What would you like to do?
Now, I could use, a fortune point to change my style.
Your technique?
My technique.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
You want to do
So
that?
I'll change my technique to longsword.
Okay.
And then I will use the extinguish talent.
Go ahead and click on it. Nice.
So I just say, Zealot, your time has come.
You'll have to spend 1 more fortune point to get to stride in or to hustle in. But that's fine. I'm assuming you're doing that.
Let's do that. So with that, then I will and just plunge my broadsword straight through his throat.
Blood is spurting out of his mouth. Then, as he drops to the ground, quite dead, Gita, would you give us a 1d6, or give us a chaos dice roll?
Do you have to die?
As Adelaisa does that, how do Gita and Farrakis react to that?
Did he have to die?
Yes.
Shakes
Why? He lost all his followers. He was wounded. Could we not have implored him to move on?
Yes, like the poor people in this village would have like implored for their life when he came back with reinforcements to kill them all.
Exactly. He would have gone back for more.
You make
don't-
assumptions.
You don't make us give a sucker an easy break.
Now, as you guys are discussing this, you may have noticed that suddenly you got a bunch of fortune back. And that is because
dear.
the Sigilite's body trembles and twitches.
Oh, shit.
And he and the 3 dead bodies in the camp, their mouths twisted with that greenish verdigris, are rising back up once again. They are eager to get vengeance on the progeny of Hyperion. One of the great things that Gita has is the downside to her ability is I can spend 6 misfortune to have children of Anhelios hunt her. So, let me add a turn here. And why don't you go ahead? So the others are probably like 7 to 10 strides away. The one is right at Adelaise's feet. That's the Sigilite who is shambling back up. Everyone click on their tokens. The ghouls are acting, or the children are acting on a 13. Click on your token, click on initiative. Let's see who goes next. Oh. Farrakis wastes no fucking time. And unfortunately, so remember, your town is extinguished right now, so you cannot use your techniques. Adelaisa.
Yep.
Okay. Farrakis, you're up first. These things are getting up.
I think they aren't surprised by us.
They are not, no.
So the one that, so this is the Sigilite. So maybe I could just knock him down again.
Okay.
So
he has yet to get up. They will have to spend 2 AP to get up, to judge
okay. So,
things. And prone targets, you do 1 extra damage dice on them.
Yeah, okay. So then I will carefully take aim and just try to stab him again, I think.
Okay.
This is... this will be 2 actions, and then maybe I don't know what I do. Let's see what happens. Maybe.
So how much aim are you giving?
I think 1 aim, and then I have 1 defense, 1 AP left for defense.
Nice. Okay, so plus 10. So it'll be minus 10 to their defenses then. So go ahead. And I think your dagger is fast, which also imposes minus 10. So I'll be minus 20 to my dodge.
Okay. So and I just do 2 fury dice and.
Yep.
Do plus 10.
Here we go.
And you said the attack is at plus 10, yes?
Plus 10 because of your aim, yeah.
Yeah. So,
oh,
yeah,
nice. All right, so fast. Do you have a second weapon out?
I hit this ship maybe in the other hand.
Okay, so it's 11 damage because of the offhand. So let's see here. This will be... okay, he will get to spend a point. That means he's only going to be able to stand up. My dodge... Or, hold on. It'll be his... Yeah, his dodge. His dodge is only a 40. Ugh, so this ain't good. 40 minus 20 is a 20. I got 20% chance. Are you kidding? Oh, no. All right, so he just whatever this thing is, it clearly seems to have like what you can tell. This isn't you chumping out, Farrakis. This is something that has lived an entire life in a martial religious institution, and it batters your thing aside. Like this is you expected this to be an easy kill like that last one. You still have 1 AP left, and you can spend fortune to get extra AP. You want to do anything else?
No, I just spare the last AP for defense and
okay. Then the children. So this one shambles up, Farrakis, and right now you and Adelaisa, I'm going to move you over here, Gita, just to help us see. Farrakis and Adelaisa are engaged with the zombie sigilite. The others are going to have to shamble up for 2 AP, and then they're going to be defenseless this round, but they hustle in. We've got one other child on each of you guys, and because there's this many... Oh, there is a strange greenish mist that is flowing from them from one to the other, as if there's like a haze coming in. Let's see here. That is the end of their round. They are all defenseless until the start of their next turn. Gita, can I start the round, please, with a resolve check from you? Oh, sorry. Toughness, not resolve.
We're trying to charm them?
There's a toughness chest. On a fail, you'll take damage from poison. Do you wish to...
Does it not automatically add the 10 for my apprenticeship?
For your...
My brawn is 48.
Yep. But
I'm wounded.
Your peril.
Your peril will take away the levels of...
So I am wounded. So.
Okay. So then, do you wish to spend a fortune point and re-roll?
48.
It's not a lot of poison damage, but it's an exploding dice, so...
I'm already wounded. Yeah, I will re-roll.
Okay. So, fortune point, here we go. Okay, so you're taking...
20's eating up our meta currency.
Don't worry, I'll get it back to you soon. Here we go. Oh! So one more down on it. As this sickness poisons your lungs, it's an anathema to your legacy. Would you give us? Let's hear that. What does that bump you down to? Serious?
Serious.
Roll 2 chaos dice, please. Oh, no injury. All right. Then you have 3 AP. What do you do? Oh, and you're outnumbered. So does that give you +1 AP?
No, because I'm on spear instead of the other one.
Oh, got it. Okay. So then, Gita, 3 AP. What are you doing?
I am going to...
And technically, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but you're within reach of the sigilite too, because your spear has reach. So you have the one that you're engaged with, you can fight with, and then there's the one that's at the risen sigilite.
I will attack the one that's in front. Is the sigilite wounded?
No, none of them are wounded yet.
Okay, then I'll attack the one in front of me.
Okay, go ahead. So remember, you're getting -10 from the worn condition on your spear. Do you want to aim whatsoever or make a targeted attack? Okay.
Oh.
All right. Oh yeah. Okay.
I'm wounded, and my spear is beat up.
Yeah. Do you wish to fortune point that?
I'm going to fortune point it.
Okay. Yeah, because they're defenseless right now. As long as you get a hit.
Yeah.
Come on.
No.
Oh. All right. So that was 1 AP. You got 2 more.
And my skills are... Spear doesn't have... Can I make an attack on the sigilite and ignore... See, what kind of armor is he wearing?
He is wearing some kind of chainmail.
I should have attacked him. So I'm going to use 2 AP and use Chain Eater.
Ooh.
Successful. This attack ignores damage threshold modifier of chainmail.
Pretty good. Okay. So go ahead and give us an attack. This will be minus 20 from Warren and from your second attack.
Yeah. But there's a chance. There's always a chance.
Oh, hold on.
Not if you roll a 93.
Yeah, actually, no, it's because you're doing a different combat action, it would only be the minus 10. So that still is a failure, but do you want to spend a fortune point reroll?
No, I don't want to face another D6 worth of daggers.
I probably would not, with 13 minutes left in the session, unlikely I would do it again. I got other awful shit I can do with these things.
Let's be heroic in the final hour. Let's do it again.
Yep. Here we go.
So it's only minus 10?
Only minus 10, yeah. Critical failure, shit. So that means this thing goes down by, it is now minus 20 to hit with it, because it is, the spear is nearly ready to break. It also does minus 2 damage, and you can give us a, well, you didn't hit with it, so you're not going to also suffer from that. So you still have 0 AP. Do you wish to spend any fortune points to get APs to have banked?
No, I'm going to save some for my comrades.
Okay. Adelaide, you're up next. What are you doing?
I will try and run the
Sigilite?
Sigilite. Yeah.
Okay.
Find the right words. That is,
And are you aiming whatsoever? Or are you doing a targeted attack?
yeah, I'll aim.
Aim, okay, so it's plus 10.
Am I at this point engaged with more than one?
You are, yeah.
Okay, so.
Which means your lone wolf ability will trigger, so you'll be doing 1 extra damage.
1 extra damage, but I then don't get my extra.
1 extra
plus
dice
10.
of damage, not just plus 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. You want to fortune point that?
Yeah. I
Okay.
better, because I've got a good
that
chance.
should be at minus 10 because you're worn. Your longsword is worn as well.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But go ahead and reroll.
Okay, minus. Right.
And remember, you're rolling. You can add an extra dice to the damage because you're outnumbering these suckers. You can modify that by the drop-down menu there. So close. Okay, so that is that was 1. Oh, you know what? Hold on, no, that would be a hit because you got the minus 10, right, for the warn, but you did plus 10 because you aimed.
Yeah, I was at 0, right?
That's it. Oh, yes.
No? Oh.
Yeah, you're right. No, because it nets 0.
Yep.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay, so then that is 2 actions. Well, that was your first action. Yeah. You have 1 more AP left. What would you like to do? You want to save that for...
Again, yeah, I would keep it for defense.
Okay. All right. That is the end of round 1, guys. We're on round 2. Everyone click on your token and go ahead and roll initiative. Come on, better than 13.
Are we still in the same combat as before, Kev?
Yes, you guys can still benefit from the same thing that you got. Okay, and remember, you guys have on you, you've got 1 dose of that thing that reduces your damage condition by 1, and you
I
have
was just looking for that.
Yeah, and you got 1 dose of the thing that reduces your peril condition by 1. I'm fine. Whoever wants to use it, that'll be the one who has it on them. I'm not fussed about figuring out who has it.
I'm going with Gitta at this point. I'm sure she had that in her pocket.
Makes sense to me. Okay, so Farrakis is acting before them. Adelaide is acting before them. Come on, Gita. Act fast. Oh! Now, you can spend a fortune point to move up the initiative ladder.
And I'm just below them.
Oh, one sec, guys. FedEx is here. One moment. You're just below them, yes.
Is that a voice from the abyss? There's nobody there in the chair. All I could hear is a voice. You're just below them.
I'm sure the voice said that you're all healed now.
Yeah.
The order from Beetle and Grimm showed up.
Oh, wow.
So our prize for the next raffle has just showed up. All right, sorry. So what are you? Yes, so you're spending it a fortune point. You can move yourself one up, and you'd be acting before these things.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay.
Fortune point to move up in initiative.
You got it.
I can quaff.
All right. But first up is Adelaisa. What are you doing, Adelaisa? 3 AP.
I will. Sorry, let me grab that. See if there's anything more exciting than just stab. No, there's the answer. I'll aim and then I will smack.
So the other upside to a target attack, you do 1d6 extra damage as well. So if you hit with a targeted attack, costs you 2 AP, you'd be doing 3d6 damage plus a combat modifier. And you can impose a condition depending on where you hit.
So that's what I'm going to
So
do.
you wounded one last round, didn't you? Or you hit one last round?
He did.
No,
Nope.
I missed.
There's a whole lot of red so far.
I thought this was the one where he hit with his +/-10, but whatever. Yeah.
Come on.
Maybe I didn't get that wrong.
Critical.
Gosh.
So once again, this goes down one more. You're now -20 and -2 with this longsword. That was 2 AP. You have 1 AP left.
I'm going to keep that for defense.
Farrakis, what are you doing?
I think I'm just. So I'm only attacked by 1 or something like that.
You're engaged with 2. You're engaged. There's the sigillite who got up once again, and there's an armsman who shambled over and engaged with you. Each of you has 1 individually on you, and then each of you is also within reach of the sigillite to attack the sigillite.
Okay, so I will. Come on. I would think I aim at the sigillite one.
Okay.
Again, and then try to hit him.
Please do. Go ahead. They're all defenseless. They're out of AP.
Yeah.
So you need only hit this.
So I'm sorry. No,
So
I had
+10 to hit them.
Aiming, +10, yes.
Yep.
And
Come on. Yes. All right. So that is, he cannot defend right now. That is, and it is piercing 1, so I can reduce the benefit of armor by 1. That is not quite a wound because of his armor. So you could spend a fortune point, add 6 to that, and make it a wound. Not a wound.
I think it should be 11 with the offhand.
Oh, yes, 11 with the offhand. So that is still not. Oh, with the 1, you're still 1 off from getting through his armor. You could spend a fortune point and make that a 6.
Yeah, I think I should. Because
Okay.
if it doesn't get even through the armor, I mean, come on.
Yeah. Okay. And there we go. All right. You have 1 more AP.
I think I would just. I mean, it's rather unlikely that that would do something. I think I will just spare 1 for defense. So
Okay. Gita.
Gita's going to drink the Theriac potion.
Okay, so that'll be 1 action, 1 AP. So reduce your damage condition by 1.
So she's now moderately wounded.
Yep.
And
2 AP left. And remember, you can spend a fortune point to swap out talents if you guys feel that there's another talent or technique that's more beneficial.
But then, yeah. So, and if you extinguish, you can't do that, right?
If you extinguish you can't.
Okay.
But extinguish is like, for your spear one, if you extinguish the spear one, it kills something, full stop, or renders it helpless.
Yeah. I'm going to use a fortune point to switch from spear technique to haunted visage.
Okay. That doesn't cost you any actions, so you still have 3 actions.
Okay. I get +1 AP at the start of my next turn because we're outnumbered. So I'm going to attack the one right in front of me, the direct one.
Okay.
My spear's not doing so good, so hopefully.
Are you aiming at all or targeted attack? Aiming would be 1 extra AP. Target attack is 2 AP total. The benefit is aiming is +10 to hit. The target attack does 1 extra dice of damage, and it imposes a condition on the target.
Yeah, I'm going to aim.
Aim, okay, so it's +10 to hit, and -10 to their defenses. Oh, they don't have any of their defenseless.
So so +10 to hit, -10 or -20 from the damage to my spear, so I'm at a -10.
Yep. So your spear shatters in this thing. It's been eaten up by the verdigris. Holy shit! So that's 2 actions. You have 1 more AP.
Okay. And I can draw a weapon
For free.
For free. So I release the shattered remnants of my spear, and I pull the shiv that I got from Ferricus.
Can you get your shiv out? All
and
right.
I'm going to keep that 1 AP for defense.
Okay, so then, Adelaza, one of them that is engaged with you, I'm spending 4. You can spend a fate point to avoid this, but I am vomiting verdigris all over your sword and destroying it. You can spend a fate point to avoid that if you like.
I'd better use a fate point.
Okay, so you narrowly get it out of the way. It's not a fortune point, it's your fate point. Ferricus, likewise, I'm spending 4 misfortune to vomit verdigris all over your dagger to destroy it. Do you wish to spend a fate point to save it?
So this is the dagger that I, as a player, don't like at all.
Yep.
But, yeah. And now you would say, if I don't spend the fate point, it would be totally out of character.
Totally. No. This is where you as the player can get in, because this is your choice over what happens. If you choose that it is destroyed, I am perfectly fine with that.
Yeah, I think
And then you can always fall back on your shiv.
So yeah,
Yes,
so that thing is completely
that's the
destroyed.
idea,
Okay.
No, I never know the name of the old man I should have killed. So that's...
Exactly. All right, so the corrupting vomit has happened here. Then we're going to get some attacks in very quickly here. Let's see. We got on Adelaza with that verdigris vomit dripping down from its face. It's going to once again try and claw you. That is a hit. I think you've got defenses set up. Go ahead and give us a parry.
Sorry, that's me, right?
Yeah,
sorry.
against Adelaza.
Parry.
And you guys have 8 fortune points now.
Sorry,
10?
I get +10, yeah, that's what I was going to check.
From the defensive.
Come on!
Yes!
Yes.
He's battered aside. Ferricus, that one that vomited on you, is making 1 attack. It's a 65 hit as well, so go ahead and give us a dodge or parry.
Yeah, I think... So parry is just a melee check, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a button down.
There's a parry button underneath.
There's a parry button. And there's a dodge button.
Thing?
And they'll tell you which one's better for you.
I just am unable to find
underneath
that.
the damage threshold.
Initiative.
Oh, yeah. I said yes, and I can't see. There. Oh, was too easy to find. Okay, so I'm using dodge.
I think dodge is your better option. Yeah, easy. So you get out of the way. Gita, 1 at 65. That's a hit. Parry. Your shield is still in place. You got +10 because it's defensive. Fortune point that.
Sorry?
Do you want to fortune point that?
Oh, to reroll?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Come on, get that parry in there. No! Shit, you're hit. Yay!
Traditional fortune point.
1d6 plus... Oh, you know what? Hold on. The claws are slow, so you would have had plus 10 to your dodge.
So that first one would have been.
So that first one would have been good enough, yeah. So you batter it aside. Next attack is at 55. Here we go. Miss. And the final one is at 45. Miss as well. All right, then I've got the Sigilite is left getting up. I think we're going to spread some love around. Let's do one... Oh, wait, who killed it last time? Adelaide, you killed it last time. I'm going to aim twice to get plus 20 to hit. This is a 85% chance of hitting. And a critical hit!
Critical hit.
So I cannot... All right, cannot parry. It is one extra dice of damage. So this is 6. Here we go. Woo! How does 22 work for you?
Ouch.
How does that compare to your damage threshold?
Oh, that's... I've got 18 and then 24, so I guess that's
So
what,
it's
3?
1, 2... So it's only 2 ticks, actually. Right?
Oh, so it's... Yeah, so it's only 2 of the... So I've got 6, 12, 18, so it's 2 ticks.
6, 12... No, it beats a 3, because it beats your first one is
3.
6. Hold on. I'm just going to take a look at your sheet, because the way that it displays... There's one without armor, and then there's a number on top that is with armor. Let's see here. Adelaide's it. Yeah, 9 is your damage threshold. The BB is your base. So it's the damage
So I
threshold
need
is
to put a
9.
3 in.
1, 2. So yeah, 3 because you got 22.
So whoever updates this sheet next should incorporate
So I
armor
should
in
put
it.
a 3 on the mod, then.
3.
no.
No. It's displaying properly. Look where your damage threshold is.
Yep.
Damage threshold is 9, right? That's your base, your brawn bonus plus your armor of 3.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the BB is just
sorry, my
there
bad.
in case there's something that ignores armor. You know what your base threshold is. Then
Of course, okay,
the other
peril.
numbers that go up, those include your armor. So at a 22, that's 1, 2, 3. So you go down the damage track by 3.
1, 2, seriously wounded.
Yeah. So this.
Okay.
Oh, seriously, give us a 2 chaos dice roll, please. Oh no! Now give us a 1d6 roll. Let's see what your serious injury is.
Oh no.
A 5. So serious injury at a 5.
That is a lot of blood.
That is a lot of blood. The victim bleeds to death in half their brawn bonus. Well, your BB is an 8, or your BB is a 6, right?
Yeah.
So in 3 rounds, you bleed to death unless someone staunches the flow with a bandage. So it tears out your throat, and you're like, ah. Let's do one more round, guys, and then we'll call it a session. So everyone, click on your token. Go ahead and roll initiative. Adeliza is geysering blood out. Beat 13 so you can act before the children. Yes! Geet is before the children. Yes! Farrakis is before the children. Come on, Adeliza. Oh! Before anybody! Look at that. All right, Adeliza, 3 AP. What are you doing? And you're doing 1 extra damage because you're outnumbering them?
So I guess I will aim and hit.
Okay. The injured sigillite?
Yeah, injured Sigilite.
Go ahead. They are defenseless, so it's, I think, a net minus 10, right? Because your sword is... Yeah, so go ahead and give us... Yes! Look at that! 11. Okay, so then 12 because you're offhand.
And then -2 because of the... Or is it... Yeah, so...
Yeah.
So it's 10.
10. Okay. If you want to spend a fortune point, that'll add an extra damage to it. That will be 2. It'll knock it down 2 levels.
Yeah, actually, Let me just check my. I can also resolve a damage as if it had rolled a 6, causing it to explode.
Yes, see, and that stacks with the fortune points. So you could add 12 to that result, which would knock it down. That would be enough to kill it.
Ooh.
Nice. So that one is, and once again, I can't remember which one is my initiative thing, so I'll shrink him. What does it look like as you take the sigilite down a second time?
Yeah, I'll go for exactly the same spot and say, second time, stay dead.
Nice. Then that was only 2 AP. You have 1 AP left. What do you want to do?
I'm going to defend.
Okay. As you're bleeding out from your neck. Farrakis, you have 3 AP. What are you doing?
Yeah, I think I would just aim at the next one and try to kill him.
Okay.
If I aim 2 times, will I get
plus 20? Yes.
Yep. And yeah, but will I get extra damage dice? No.
No. Only on a critical. If you want to do it, what you could do is do a targeted attack and aim. So you would do 2 extra damage, plus you'd inflict a condition, and you'd get plus 10 to hit. But that's all 3 AP. And then you could spend fortune points to get extra.
Yeah, I think I would do that. So this is not a fury dice. So I will stay with 1 fury dice.
No, it would be because they explode as well. So it's it'd be 2. You'd be doing 2 fury dice of damage on this one.
Yeah.
And then plus 10 to hit. So go ahead. Come
okay,
on.
Wait a minute.
I'm going to reduce your fortunes for your defense here.
Yeah, wait a minute. I just think. I'm not sure whether how this works. So
one upside, your shiv is not suffering any penalties right now, so it's not one of them.
Yeah. This was the thing. So
plus 10.
Yeah, I would just. Yeah.
Here we go. Come on. Big money. Let's see that green.
Yeah, that would be nice. No!
Oh my god.
Fortune point to reroll?
Jeez.
No,
Can't fortune point critical failures.
Oh.
So you have 1 AP left. You try and go all in on this, and it just does not work. You manage to maybe it's the verdigris that damages the thing. You cut along at what would be lethal on someone else, but on this child, it's nothing. Anything else you wish to do with that last AP, or are you going to save it for defense? You could attack again if you like.
I spent 3 AP already. I'm done. So I was targeting and using the this other thing to make more
I've
damage.
assumed that you spent 1 fortune point to get an extra AP for defense. You could choose to use that to attack.
That's true. I have to do that before. Yes, I would do it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, as I'm saying, you could choose to save that for defense, or you could make another attack. There's no penalties on it because a targeted attack doesn't stack with melee.
Yeah, I see. No, but no, I would just
defend.
Defend. Yeah.
Okay. Gita.
I think she'll try the targeted aim attack.
Okay, so
she has 4 AP this round because we were outnumbered when the round started.
Yep. So go ahead. And that is plus, so you'll have your shiv is not damaged either. That's plus 10 to hit, and you're going to do 1 extra dice of damage. So you can modify that up on the. If you click down your display the full shiv, you can add an extra fury dice.
Okay.
And it'll roll that for you. And then go ahead and make your attack. They are once more defenseless. Here comes. Oh! 15. 1, 2. Oh, plus 1 from your offhand. 16. That's doing 2 damage to it now. Do you want to spend a.
She doesn't have her offhand is her shield, so she doesn't have a +1 for that.
No. If it has the offhand quality, it grants +1 damage.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'll spend a fortune point.
Oh, the shield. You're right. The shield doesn't have the offhand. It's a buckler that has the offhand quality.
Yeah. The
shield has protection. Okay, so then that's fixing. You want to spend an extra fortune point to do an extra 6 of damage?
Yep.
Okay. So that is down by 2. All right, and then are you spending a fortune point to get an extra AP for defenses?
Well, she started with 4.
Oh, fuck yeah, and use 3, so you still got 1 left over.
So I'll spend a fortune point to get another, and then I'll just do a normal attack.
Okay, and there's no penalty to this. Go ahead. So we can finish this guy off. Oh, critical! So roll 1d6 exclamation mark extra damage. Here we go. Come on. Big money. Oh, 1d6 exclamation mark. Well, that's 10. That's 1. Do you want to spend another fortune point to bump that up?
For 6 damage. Yeah.
Okay, you got it. Okay, so that is... I think we'll count that one as gone as well. That leaves 2 children of Anhelios left.
And 2 more rounds until Adalisa bleeds out.
Yo, we're well over time right now, and I'm mindful of the time. Do you guys want to call it a session here, or do you want to finish up the combat? Yeah, okay. So then, guys, with that, we have our introduction to Blackbirds done. So let me move. I'll get rid of these children. We'll leave you guys on the shore facing the children of Anhelios. So, for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for yet another introduction for some new Blackbirds to our flock. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the campaign, or the game we're playing, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section down below, and we will endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. In addition, there's a link down below to the Dungeon Musing Discord server where all of us are active, and Gita is making sure that we know where she is. There's a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server where we have channels dedicated to most of the games we run on the channel, as well as a bunch of other great channels like Finding a Group, like information about online conventions or in-person conventions. There's a terrific community over there, and you are more than welcome to join us over there. There is also a link down below to something called Heroes Save Villages. That is the charity fundraising campaign we run on the channel. It benefits the SOS Children's Villages International Charity, a really terrific organization active in over 130 countries, benefiting over 80,000 orphan and abandoned children. All donations that go through that link go directly to help the kids who benefit from those services. None of it goes to the channel or any other middleman. It all goes to help them. And as a small way of saying thank you, in December we'll be having our next charity raffle, and the grand prize of which just arrived. Our friends at Beetle and Grimm's Pandemonium Warehouse, which I am banging around here. Oh, come on. This is too big and too awkward to hold up once again. It is a copy of their Platinum Edition Spelljammer. I'm going to be doing an unboxing of this probably later today, but it contains, this is not their copy. I have my own copy I got, which just showed up as well. But it has an amazing, it is a beautiful deluxe expanded version of that module, updated with the revised content of it. It has a bunch of extra encounters, monster cards, miniatures, maps. It's just an amazing product. And that'll be our grand prize for that. We'll also be playing a one-shot session, making use of the content from that material. In addition, there's a bunch of other great prizes. We've got some from our friends at Beetle and Grimm's Pandemonium Warehouse, some otherwise donated. Dave, our resident armorsmith, has donated a chainmail dice bag that we will be awarding once again. Again, all donations, every $25 Canadian gives you one chance to win. If you've donated more than $25, you'll have multiple chances to win. And yeah, in addition to winning some great gaming stuff, you also have a chance to help out some kids who really benefit from their services, who could really use some help. In addition, there is a link down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games. The Noble Knight Games is the preeminent retailer of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs in North America, and we wish to congratulate them once again. This just yesterday, they gave recognition to the union that their workers have formed, the Noble Knight Games United. So we are very proud of both the workers and the owners of Noble Knight for setting that up. We love the people at Noble Knight, not only as a retailer, but also as they have been a partner of ours for a couple of years now. And if you make any purchases through their website of $10 or more, enter the code MUSINGS at checkout and you'll save yourself 10% on their purchase. Not only do they have a whole selection of new RPGs, board games, and card games, they have an amazing selection of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs. And if they don't have in stock what you want, you can put it on a want list and they will send you an email once it comes in stock. And you can pick it up then and save yourself 10% by entering the code MUSINGS. The last thing I will say is a huge thank you to our stalwart Blackbirds. So, Hugo, James, Dave, and Ingolf, thank you so much for joining me back in Elkland and the Carcass Nations. We hope you enjoyed I would do a debrief, but we'll catch you guys next time. We'll do a debrief of what you guys thought of Blackbirds. But we will see you again soon. We have an entire event planned around Christmas, the Blackbirds of Yule, so you will see many of these players back in the Carcass Nations again. But until then, we hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off of the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our Blackbirds are finding on the outskirts of Norham. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.
See ya.
Yep.